Tengo de cara, aguanta. Tengo el chiste, Ana, te tengo de cara, súper.
Estoy dando from, mírate medio, Nico.
Te tengo de cara.
De cara.
Salió con un... Robas con... Mete el pin.
Sí, Toby.
Los dos muertos.
Vaya, Ice.
No tienen comandante, Metal.
No, más sale esa racha, Adri.
Just grab bomb.
Let's two weak. One more. Weak. Get killed. Back out.
There's two.
You can refill your secret in a second.
She's
One more back door. I know your secret. Secret. Back door.
One shot.
Holy shit, Eric.
Last one.
Nice, Eric. Good
Sorry, man. You can't kill me. What the frick?
I was free.
Down to 3 for either side. This is going to be it. Last ditch attempt. Final of the point. Joe Deceives gets his. But 3 seconds to go. You've got to get on the zone, lad. Fresh mag. Send it. Wins it. Oh my god. It's a 2v1. Diamond Con. Can you do it? The boys are on the capture. It's now a 1v1. What a round of control. Diamond Con, if you win this. Damn, what a round!
The Greenwall stands have turned out for Optic this weekend. There is a line that snakes around behind their booth and continues all the way through the Challengers Passion Pit right towards the CDL stage. It's incredible, but everyone is being very well behaved. I'm incredibly impressed, which is why I'm going to see if I can talk to them. I think I can trust this much. Okay, come with me. Hello, can I talk to you about why you love Optic?
Ooh, they're best in the world. What is there more to say?
They've got to have some edge.
Back-to-back champs. You know, they're going to take it all this year.
Have you got a favourite player?
Oh, Shotzzy.
Is this the best version of Optic we've ever seen? What's your favourite lineup?
Between that and the Dynasty so far? Yeah. But I mean, maybe the 3-peat takes over the Dynasty. We'll see.
And whose signature do you most want?
Shotzzy.
Shotzzy. Of course, everyone's saying Shotzzy. Does anyone have a favourite player other than Shotzzy? Dashi. Oh, okay. Tell me about your love for Dashi.
I named my car after him.
What? Come here. Okay, what kind of car, what wheels have we got?
It's a Mercedes C-Class, and it goes fast. So Bruce is my boy, so Dashi is the name of my car.
Your car goes Dashi.
I've been made fun of a lot, but it's worth it. It's fine.
Has anyone named any other inanimate objects after one of the Optic players? That's not an inanimate object. That's a living animal, and hopefully it moves. What's your animal?
He's a Labrador and a Cocker Spaniel mix.
And he's called Dashi.
He's called Dashi.
Oh my goodness.
Against my parents' request, but...
How did you convince your parents? Did you have to do a PowerPoint?
Yes. A long one. It was like 6-7 slides.
You amazing green hair. Is this for Texas, for Optic?
Yes, it is, yeah.
And how long have you been a fan?
Since 2012, Black Ops 2.
Oh my goodness, you've been a long time fan. Who's your favourite Optic player of all time?
It's got to be Scumpy, isn't it?
Yeah. The fans have truly turned out, and I've really enjoyed meeting them, but I have to say it's going to take me about 2 months to talk to every single one of them, so I think I might have to throw in the towel.
Oh, we do know he's here.
Do we know?
No,
we don't.
1v1.
Oh my God, Mason, I've seen you do it before.
Mason.
I need you one more time.
Versus Toby.
Mason, dip on him. Mason, dip on him. Dip on him, Mason.
Oh my God, yep, go.
Good play, Mason.
Go.
All you did was smile.
Yo,
Mason, you're the go, kid. Go.
Come on,
Come on. He's so good. Oh my God.
And he's out of there.
All he did was just spot him in.
Big stepper when I walk, money maker when I talk. Another boys on a mission, never put them in a box. Clawing to the top, jaws open while they watch. Yeah, I'm getting to the chicken, I ain't never gonna stop. I'm the life of the party, know it's going down. If they wanna talk about me, I'ma tell them how. I'ma tell them, I'ma tell them, I'ma tell them, I'ma tell them. Everybody wanna be like me, fast lane, steady whipping 2 doors off me. Everybody wanna be like me, but that's something that they never gonna be.
Welcome back in. It is Major 2 of the Black Ops 7 season here at the Call of Duty League. We are live in Birmingham, UK, home of Tommy Shelby and the Peaky Blinders. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Fire. We've got some legends of our own. The Americans about to take the stage for Optic Texas, and they are taking on a familiar foe. G2 was able to best the rest of the competition. The rest of the competition. I can't speak right now. Can you tell me about G2?
Yes, I can tell you about G2. They've been unbelievable since coming on the land. I mean, they're S&D in this split as well since they broke that Game 5 curse. Like, it's like it was literally a mental block because of the way they play it. One of the better S&D teams in the game, and you can't count them out because Skies especially, when he gets on land, that's a world champ. He is unbelievable. Top 3 S&D team this stage with a 9-6 record. Krem's rocking a 1.26 right now on day 1 of the major, so he's already comfortable on land, and he can be their X Factor sometimes. That's going to be their guy putting up that damage. You got to watch out for Krem.
Rempingham, he put the tweet out earlier, and it has taken
That's what
well.
they call it.
Absolutely loving life here in Brum. But yeah, Skies, big sniper in SD as well. It has been a key to the success. And Kremp looks like he hasn't skipped a beat whatsoever. It has been a very, very good run for G2. They beat the brakes off of the Falcons.
Oh yeah.
It was ugly.
Yeah, you know, for them, there's some parallels in this series. You know, Shotzzy and Kremp in stage 2, you know, some of the highest engagements early in Surge. 56 opening duel fights for Kremp. 45 for Shotzzy. Expect them to try to be in gills early in the round. And, you know, for this G2 team, they've played Optic. They went to a Game 5, round 11. It got away from them a little bit, but they're out for vengeance, and they can go toe-to-toe. We just don't know how much this crowd is going to affect. If you're looking at the salaries, G2 may be the best bang for your buck right now. These guys are performing. They already have a top 4 finish. A win here guarantees you top 3 at Major 2. But you're going up against the best team in the game, a squad that just went 10-1 after playing all 11 opponents in the qualifier. Optic's only loss was to Falcons, and they said we're trying some new maps. That one.
Dude, they're monsters. This lineup is literally ridiculous, especially, I mean, Merc has a 1.6 in Search and Destroy right now, so he has not missed a step coming onto land, and that's what makes them so terrifying. You look at the online stage, they go basically undefeated, only drop 1 series to Riyadh, and they're not even in the tournament anymore, right? So if you're Optic, you're staring down the barrel just trying to get to that grand final at this point. 3-0 record versus G2 as well this season with a 9-3 map count. They are the #1 Overload hardpoint team in the game right now. G2's biggest opportunity is going to be in those Search and Destroys, but even there, you've got to shut down Merc, and you've got to get Kremp to stay in pace with Shotzzy like Ant put on earlier, so it's not going to be easy.
Nameless, you heard Frankie talk with the fans, and everyone's saying Shotzzy is their favorite player that they want the autograph from. But even when they were on an 0-18 streak, the fans had Optics back. Why are they such a lovable squad? Well, I mean, they make a lot of content. That definitely helps. There's some great personalities over there, a lot of lore and history with the organization in general, and, you know, they've done a good job of finding talent and putting them together. And, you know, obviously they go and they grab Hercules, and he looks like he's the Messiah, the Lisan Al-Gaib, some would say. Yeah. And yeah, he's just like a vet with a young phenom's gunny. It's ridiculous. He's got the best mullet in the business as well. Miles, as we take a look at this matchup, you got #2 versus #4 from Major 1. How have they looked so far in this event?
Everyone's looked pretty good so far. Optic have had a lovely run of things, and again, not a massive surprise given their strength in the qualifiers, but G2 as well. I mean, the match against the Falcons, Chance and I had the joy of taking care of that on Bravo, and it really was a clean dispatch. G2, a wonderful team. The teamwork is there. Individual on LAN as well. They've all shown up. The LANimals have had themselves a time. I think they're confident coming in this match. It is still an incredibly tall task, but a worthy opponent. Yeah, they're a professional outfit. That's the term I use for G2. I mean, you watch them in S&D, they're whipping out new strats, pre-nades across the map, and they have counters to what Optic's good at. Dashy Sniper, 37 stage 2. Well, Sky's right behind him at 32. I just told you about Kremp and Shotzzy first blood. So yeah, they can go toe-to-toe with them. In my mind, this series all comes down to winning your respawn map pick. They're gonna get a den in this. You have to win that den, and they've been a top 2 den hardpoint team on the season.
So huge opportunity for G2. You got to block out that crowd, and that's something a lot of players can't do.
Neither team has gone to a Game 4 yet. Will we get one in this series? Let's take a look at our Scuff maps and modes. Alleycat, give me the numbers as Den is here, not just for Hardpoint. We also see it for Overload, map 3.
I mean, if you're looking at for G2, they love Den Hardpoint, they love Scar SND. So if they get to that Game 5, they're feeling comfortable. I don't know how I feel about it being map 1, though. I mean, you're asking a lot of Ezreal and Kremp to be hot early. Looking on the side of Texas, they have one of the deepest map pools in the game. There's no Scar Hardpoint for them, and there's no Den SND. So maybe some opportunity here for G2.
No Blackheart, no Colossus. So Optic try to get rid of the tiny maps, but you still get a Colossus in for map 4. Does that give G2 life if we can get that far?
I think it does in paper, and there's a little bit of a story there, but I just don't know, man. I still think Optic are very, very well rounded on the mode. I still think they could do Colossus fine.
Oh,
the Den is the biggest question.
You got to win Den if you're G2.
You got to win Den.
No way you can rely on the Game 4.
You know, it's time for our Scuff Pick'ems, and our special guest has been on fire this tournament. Can you continue the streak, Miles?
Have I been on fire? Yeah, sure I have. Well, I've looked deep into my crystal ball, and I've pondered seriously over this one.
Yeah.
My head tells me the G2 will win, but my heart tells me Optic.
So are you going Optic? Or are you going
Yeah.
G2? Which way are you going, head or heart?
What's wrong with Miles' head?
Nothing.
Telling you G2 is winning?
Nothing. I'm just saying sometimes your heart cuts a fart, but I am going with Optic. I think they take it in 4.
The hearts can cut a lot of things. I am going to go Optic in 3. I'm following Joe DeLuca. He won the first ever $1 million tournament in Call of Duty. He knows a thing or two about these teams. He's so confident in the green wall tonight.
Yeah, I got Optic, but I got Optic in 5. I think they get tested in this one. I think G2 show us something, but Optic in 5.
Rally Cat?
I'm going with Optic in 4.
Nameless is just 3 picks back. I could go back into the positive. If Optic get the job done, our players are ready. Let's get the party started.
Birmingham, did you like those predictions? So do you agree? Do you think Optic might win this one? Because the Golden Boys of the CDL did breeze past the competition yesterday, so it's looking pretty bright for these young guns. Birmingham, get ready to welcome Optic!
They went almost perfect during stage 2 qualifiers. This is the best this team has looked, and they still made it to a grand final back at Major 1. So for them, they're staring down the barrel for another opportunity here to get a win under their belt, and they are in a perfect spot to do it. Mercury's a new addition to this roster, has continued to be a monster. Hoop has lit it up throughout the past couple of matches. This one should be a banger.
It's your boys, Hook, Shotzi, Mercules, and Dashi. Their opponents have broken free from their bedrooms. They're calling themselves the Lanimals, freed from the pressures of ping. Can G2 Minnesota give it to Optic today? Please welcome them, it's G2!
This is a professional outfit. You heard me say it. These guys are search and destroy specialists, but they got some top talent on the team. That man on the right there, Kremp, has been dominating respawns, has a map named after him in Colossus. This guy could take over the series. If you're an Optic fan, watch out. G2 looking to cause an upset.
Birmingham, please show your appreciation for Mamba, Sky, Ezreal, and Kremp. Boys, take your seats and get ready to rumble. Is this one going to be a 3-0 or a G2 going to shock everyone in Birmingham and beyond and swiftly see off the green wall? We'll find out with Shift and Study.
Thank you, Frankie. Yeah, I think the desk really hits this one nicely. G2 have set up this map series to really give themselves a chance, but in a lot of ways, that chance may be almost limited to what they do here to kick things off on map 1.
Oh yeah, because you're thinking, all right, Den Hardpoint to start it off. G2 are sitting at 6-1 on the season. This is their bread and butter, their go-to. And you did beat Optic in the qualifying match to start off stage 2 on that series. Unfortunately, you do get reverse sweep, but you still found success there. It's just ever since that moment, Optic lose Den 2 more times and then go on 3 in a row. So this is a different team on Den Harp when you first played them.
Absolutely the case, and I think this is one of those things that this is going to be good structured procedural Call of Duty get us kicked off. Both teams all about rotation, all about hold. So we're going to see a lot of action in the back, 20 seconds of hills of are we actually going to go for that final break or are we going to chalk and rotate? I think it's just down to as we evaluate the action from yesterday, both teams came in and played very soft opponents. Yes. But there were a number of mistakes, especially looking at the Optic team playing up against Toronto on this map, where it was essentially a 2v4 the entire time, and they only barely squeaked out a win. So there is something to be told about maybe not just what happens on P2, not what just happens on P4, but get the action done on 1 and 3, because that's where Toronto had a lot of their comeback.
Yeah, and I feel like both of these teams had similar stories to how their series went. It was very tight respawns, dominant in the search and destroys, but these are the guys who make those big difference plays. Shotzzy, we saw him all on our screen, just hitting so many routes. Ezreal is so comfortable in his role, regardless of whatever weapon he has. These guys turn up on land. You need them to have their impact be felt today.
Yeah, absolutely the case. I think especially considering the fact that for Optic, you're also going to be getting a Den Overload, and that's a map that we just automatically assume that Shotzzy is going to get free, get loose, find those kills for 10 minutes. That was really blown away the league in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and that's the thing that threw me off yesterday versus Koi, is that they had the option to choose that Den Overload, but they decided to play Exposure. Yeah. The same exact thing happens today. G2 get rid of Scar, but Optic said, we're not trying to go to no overtime. We're going to go back to the map that has consistently worked for us all throughout stage 2. So the overload has usually been the difference between these two teams. 3-0 on the season leads to every single time a victory for Optic. You need to come out the gate swinging if you are G2. All guns need to be on point.
Well, here we go. We got Den Harp point to get us kicked off for this upper semifinal matchup. G2 Minnesota taking on Optic Texas. And let's get it on as G2 will be spawning on the favorite side towards P2. And again, the big nomenclature for this map. Rotation, rotation, rotation. The number 1 and number 2 teams in that category, and on this map in particular, that's where they find wins. So who's going to be on the edge? How about a early round from Hooker on the back? But it does get shut down. Optic Texas in the time, but G2 hold the side they want.
Yeah, that's a beautiful break off there for Optic, because he's going over towards Dragon, and you got Mercury's hitting shots like this. Uncontested for the first 20. Only 20 seconds remaining at the P1, and he already earned himself early Hellstorm. This guy literally is a Messiah.
Yeah, now Shotzzy in the back, almost able to find a second. Not quite the case. Optic doing a nice job over the remaining time at P1. G2, a little bit of a staggered split spawn situation. Has to find a way to recover. Kremp the first one forward. Lots of damage through the wall from Hercules, but Kremp will survive. G2 still trying to build up their threat, though, from the front as Optic will hold spawns, and they deal with Kremp from the front.
And for two top teams that have recently found great form on that hard point, this is the HP that gets it done for them. G2 are the number 1 P2 team. Optic are the number 2, but so far Optic are in the driver's seat. Back spawn secured, extra layers being pushed out towards the front. Shotzzy does lose the first gunfight, but Hook quickly keys it up, and Optic still have the numbers to hold.
Yeah, it's just down to Kremp from couches. Hook tagged up, but Kremp on the way out. Help on the way through middle. 30 seconds till the fight for it. Hook surely should be traded here, and he will be. Now it's just down to the timing of the battle inside the hard point itself. Ezreal Mamba able to get a couple of numbers in, but Hercules once again the savior over the top of the scrap time. 20 seconds to fight for, and this is the question mark time. Does G2 rotate? Do they play for time? And down 75 to nothing, they need to play for time.
Yeah, we are sitting at 0. We need to get some kind of hill time so we can get ourselves into the mix, but you contest that final 10, you're going to be late off the rotation, and now you got the nuke trying to create an extra space. Does get caught by Mamba, but Optic gonna be crystal clear. Just need to be prepared for the Minnesota pressure through mid-map.
Yeah, that's 3 players hitting right through mid-cut. They were not prepared for it, so the snowball is effective. G2 find their breakdown in easily. Hook, damage out, looking for a double finessing, but not able to escape. Meanwhile, though, the reinforcements for Optic will repossess mid-cut, but they don't win the gunfight, so G2 have a nice moment here.
Yeah, perfectly played from G2. You get aggressive through mid-cut for the early break, and then you push out towards Doja and win the second wave of fights. So you have the spawn secured for that next HP, but Mercury's in the back pocket, has the Hellstorm. It's gonna force you out of position, put you in spots you don't want to be in, and that sets up Hook and Dashi for 3. The break is good.
Yeah, Mamba just alive. Last one standing over towards Dojo, can only catch 1. So that is a really solid moment for Optic to use the Hellstorm, gain themselves an advantage, and we're gonna take a listen into the comms to see how Optic Texas survive.
I'm going bottom mid. I could be bottom mid.
Outer new dead.
Mid. I tried mid. Mid. Okay, I'm trying
They keep it close. Yes.
One center.
Two on me left. Yeah. Knock it. There's two Jojas.
I'm chowing out there. I'm about to chow there.
Outer, dead.
Watch out, Dojo. Watch out, Dojo.
Watch out, outer again. Outer, dead!
Watch out.
Okay, I shot out front.
Yeah, we're gonna be funny first.
Front's a bullet on me. Dead. Another one outer roof, bumper. First guy was outer roof.
Yeah, I got time. Outer roof, bumper. A little weak.
Right there. Still there. Nice, Caesar dead.
He's up the window.
On the window, one shot.
He's absolute too. I'm absolute.
He's all go right here.
He was. Caesar, dead.
Caesar's spawning out here. Caesar's spawning out behind us.
Maybe it's gonna be lobby, probably. Shot. Crimp, one shot. Crimp sweet. Crimp's one shot lobby. Gonna be another one. Broken. Work on. I'm shot lobby. Nothing left there. Our hill dead. Top broken.
Top broken's not picking. He's just living up there.
They're spawning gents. They're gonna go con. Their first guy's here to be con. One's top broken. Still top broken. Jumped out for me. Dead. Another one lobby.
Lobby
nice.
dead.
The rest are gonna be con. Nice.
Lobby dead.
Missing one. I spawned out. Flip. Hold on.
What are you guys doing?
Which guy?
Every time. Yeah, he is.
I'm looking.
It does not get better than this. Optic have not lost a rotation. They've only allowed G2 to get, most of their time on the end of 2 and a little bit at the beginning of 3. This has been perfection for the Green Wall.
Oh, this is scary for the rest of the league, man, because the communication's on point. You know that these guys possess every ounce of gunning that they need to get themselves through series like this. But G2, a squad who went tooth and nail with Falcon, are just rolling over and dying. Optic Texas can do no wrong.
I mean, this might be one of the most abusive hardpoint score lines that we've had all year long if this holds.
It's their best hardpoint too, Al.
I know it. It's not a good look for G2. And even outside of a couple of the trades, there just have not been any convincing moments for G2 Minnesota. Hook working on the back. Spawn will be surprisingly still in for Minnesota, though, so an opportunity here, but they need a full 60, a full rotation, and another one after that to start considering this a close one.
Yeah, we need to start gaining some confidence, start getting the gunny top potentially for the rest of the series, because Optic are just roaring right now. So far, great hold, though, from G2. They shut down the first couple of waves there from Optic. Back spawns are still being blocked. Prep pushed out towards the front side, but here through mid number now.
Yeah, and you got to set up on the back. That's going to be Shopsy to move his way through Garage, and it is a break for scrap time for Optic, and numbers on rotation. Consider that G2 are split spawn behind P2, so Dash to the first one there will find a double, and that will likely get Optic very comfortably over the 200-point mark.
And they can win it here with a perfect hold. It all starts by winning that initial fight, but Skies gets the better of Hoop there over towards Dojo's side. He also gets one extra, so now it's all on Dash. He's trying to hold down Cobble. A clean 4 dead. G2 need another massive hold.
Yep. They had to use the Hellstorm last time around. Don't have the same luxury here, so have to do it the old-fashioned way. And Shotzi just walks through mid-cut, but is responded to. G2 find the first 2 kills. Mercury is trying to find some trades. Able to connect onto the first, but doesn't expect the pinch from Cramp. So G2, a good read here, and we're Optic are spawning, trying to put pressure onto Dojo, but Optic are up and looking to battle back in.
Yeah, they're not going to be willing to give up this 30 seconds of free. We know we have the leader's advantage, and we have the gun-eating possessive in us to force our way back over towards this P3 time. You apply pressure from so many different angles. A clean 4 dead. G2 don't have anyone thinking about rotation. Optic reaches the 200-point mark.
Yeah, man, Optic's just not letting G2 breathe. That's just simply put what's happening at the moment as G2 are trying to rotate through rooftops to 4. Optic in position to try to respond to it, but as Hoop drops, it's really just Mercules and Dash outside the hill trying to play for a couple of opening kills. They do get one onto Mamba. Estriel, a deep shoulder, costs him most of his life, but Dashy and Merc also low. Long route starting to develop from Hoop on the backside as Mercules has the sub out now. Trying to work his way in. He's going to find the first 2. Now you start to wait for the pinch from behind if you even have to. Mamba, Skies are there, but here's Hoop. Only catches the first. It's only one he needs. Optic break, and they can win here.
Just once those kills start going down, you're forced to give up the pinch if you are Mamba and help your teammates try to hold down the time. Even though you gunned them out the back door, Hoop the Nuke on the re-pinch with a great route there. Still allows his teammates to soak up all of this time. Only needing another 15 seconds. G2 had the backstorm. One more attempt at a break.
Yeah, but it's really just down to Optic playing this however they see fit. Could just hold this from the front. Little 2v3 moment up close and personal. Dashy! Oh, no! Mamba able to survive. That would have been a heck of a finishing exclamation point on this first map, but G2 looked like they may sneak out of the 100-point club.
Unless Hoop just going to try to contest this. Minnesota not going to be able to breach that 100-point mark. You only have one player in the middle of the map, and Optic going to need 13 seconds.
Well, staggered 1v1s all around this hard point. will keep G2 in a position to fight. Hoop forcing the issue. Shut down though by Estrel. Optic still just waiting for their structure, and it's coming by way of mostly playing this through couches. Nade lands. Mercules finds a freebie. In the last 12 seconds, they just happen here if you can find the kill on the Mamba at mid-cut.
Yeah, Mamba just needs to find an opening, or at least Skies gets it through the top window. So for now, Optic still haven't put the finishing touches yet on map number 1, but Dashy lines up 3, almost finds the 4th with the pistol. Spawn split, but it doesn't matter. Optic have it on lock.
Absolutely, and you get the read on where G2 are coming from. That is clean, calm, and collected. Optic dominate map number 1.
And you heard the best touch on it. A must-win map there for G2. A map that Optic we're trying to get to their map pool all throughout Major 2 qualifiers. You go 0-3 to start the stage. Now that's 4-0 so far in the remaining part. They've been outstanding in the rotation win percentage, and they basically win every single row besides one. And that's why the scoreline is the way that it is. Optic dominate map 1.
And that's just a reflection and kind of a reaction to yesterday's match versus Toronto. We saw a lot of the same kind of convincing moments for Optic, but not being able to establish the next layer to stop a Joe Deceives from just individually finessing his way for more time. I think also your problem spots were reducing the time scored against you on P1 and P3. That was way better here versus G2. So it's just not finding the rotation win percentage that you expect to see towards the second, towards the fourth, which was there. But I would say just credit to Optic for doing the better job on the dirty time of P3 and P1.
It's crazy how quickly they can make their adjustments. It's like they're world champions or something. Coached by a guy with 5 rings. Like, they quickly go back and watch that Den Hardpoint versus Toronto. They see 250 to 218 with 2 players on the opposite side going double neg. Oh yeah, we were making so many mistakes that made that game close. And today, they fixed those. We're hard blocking on the backside of P2s. We're early off the rotation towards the P4s. And we're hitting those routes, stalling out time for our teammates to just make those big time plays. Optic are fully in sync. And when they are playing like this, they are the toughest team to take down because they do it in every single mode. You just saw it in Hardpoint in map number 1, but SCD's about to come up.
Yeah, man, and it's just the fact that they keep getting better every time we see them even slightly stumble is unbelievable at this stage of the year. So, super comfortable map number 1 for Optic. I'm sure you're feeling great considering the adjustments that you're talking through. And now it's about going into the Search and Destroy, which they've been the best team in this stage in Search. They're going on to a raid where they've been flawless on, and just more in particular, how they play around not just first blood win percentage, but when they have advantages, whether that's in numbers or on objective plants, they are one of the best teams in the game there as well. It's just, no matter what you point to, it usually comes up number 1 or number 2 in the league.
Yeah, I just don't understand what you look at when you see Optic or you look at all the numbers and what is their weakness. They don't really have one. I guess you could say Black or Hardpoint, but they don't even get the chance to play it because they veto it every single time. So you gotta figure out how to outplay Optic on a Search and Destroy. And I'm realistically looking at Caesar Skies Bueno, man. For some reason, he always has the answer when it comes to snipes, when it comes to nades, or finding so much success in that opening duel where if he can be that guy to at least slow down Dashy and slow down the playmakers, oh, we're gonna have a series.
And we already started from the desk talking about both teams very privy to playing early at each other, looking for aggressive first bloods, and both teams very successful at converting when they do find first bloods. But the stat line that you were looking into was largely around what Skies could do. And if he plays to a positive KD, this G2 team in Search is a totally different monster.
Yeah, I saw it pop up on the screen yesterday versus Falcons, and I was jaw-dropped because I'm thinking like G2, without question, are one of the top Search and Destroy teams in the game. Everyone provides their 25%. But Skies' impact is so damn good. When he goes positive, they are 16-2 in the game mode. That's simple, right? Skies, just go positive. We're gonna win.
Easy. Well, it's been quite a showing here in our first day and change in Birmingham, and of course, it's just Major 2. We have a lot of other events still coming to us. Atlanta, we're excited about that one with the Pro-Am in the mix, especially considering what's going on. But if you have not gotten your tickets yet, go and get them now because for 48 hours only, a flash sale is up. You can use the code CDL15 for 15% off 3-day GA tickets. And it's another DreamHack event, so if you're looking to get your gamer fix on, you could do so at Atlanta. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, especially considering the stakes of that tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Getting through the halfway point of the year, and it's a Pro-Am. Pumped.
Oh, the amateurs are going to come in ready to go. Try to call some upset versus the best in the world. on that main stage. Make sure you get your tickets because you definitely do not want to miss it. It's going to be somewhat of like an old format from 2012. It's going to bring you back.
Yeah, man, it's going to be fun, man. I'll tell you, DreamHack Atlanta is just as cool as DreamHack Birmingham. It's been one of those stapled events in the United States. So make sure you get your tickets. And now we start breaking in and dissecting the Raid Search and Destroy. Both teams played it a lot this stage as well, which I think is the other important part. So it's not like we're walking into this one with question marks. We know what we're going to get. Minnesota loves to play with tempo, love to try to hit you with something aggressive and catch you off guard. So where Optic yesterday versus Toronto were essentially getting away with that, you don't assume they're going to find the same success. But I don't know. Based on what we've seen from this Optic team, I'm not ruling them out from anything.
Yeah, you can't count these guys out. The last time they played, you're expecting the first blood category to be a really big difference maker, especially on a map like Raid. It was the first qualifying match. G2 won that first blood battle 8-3, but still lost the map 6-5. That's just how good Optic are in those man-down situations. You have to be prepared for it. And a guy on G2 who's either prone to getting the first blood or getting blooded, your prep needs to maybe have his impact with his SMG.
This guy's going to snipe early. Had a wide open shot on Hercules, but misses on it. Hoop helping out Shotzzy bottom rocket. Estro just holds down the trigger for first blood. And that little bit of extra kind of cannon fodder from the middle will make sure G2 hold the numbers where, again, their conversion percentage has been great.
Yeah, and this is what G2 did fantastic yesterday versus the Falcons. Could never allow one of their teammates to be in a one-on-one fight. So Estriel keeps Kremp alive there for the first blood, but Skies unfortunately fall still 3v3.
A lot of question marks on where the defense is at B, but they do catch eyes on the Dashy. Big moment here at backside of basketball. Hercules shuts down on the Kremp. He's still finessing. Whoa, but he's able to get the pistol out. Estro can't finish the kills, and now your bomb is down in basketball court. Mamba gets one straight, but he's stuck at water stairs, and one of the best rallying teams in Search comes up with a 3v4.
Yeah, there's just no way Hercules should get away with that play.
No way.
The guy is jumping down B-ball steps, put to absolute one shot. Somehow, some way walks away with the 30 to instantly get that trade, but a split second goes by. Health regen comes in. Merc stops the Jaeger and pops a double there and just completely steals that round away from G2 because you found the first blood. You had him in map control, but just couldn't trade Merc.
You have to win rounds like that if you're G2. So huge mistake early leads to Optic's first offensive attempt. Lots of nades stacked up in towards mid. G2's focused though defensively, all about what's happening at B, and yeah, Optic say, okay, thank you for the free sight, we'll go ahead and plant.
How do they keep on getting away with plays like this, especially early into the game? These are ones that you want to get a feel out and then make those adjustments, but you're planning towards mid. Now G2 has to waste so much time on this retake, but you find the first blood on the late.
Oh, but Skies commits forward into ring. Smoke is blocking out a lot of his teammates and finding the support. Shots is going to turn that into a second elimination. Mamba gets one back, but he's stuck. 20 seconds for what would have to be a full 1v3. Sees Dashy top art window, but these are just nades to delay him. Hercules has a freebie, and Optic just walk into an easy 4v4 post point.
Dude, G2, you had to have gone back and watched that series versus Koi, because Koi, every time they gave up the map, Optic didn't waste any time on taking it. They don't spot anyone towards middle. No one contested with stuns and nades over towards ring. Shotzzy doesn't waste any time to get the bomb planted for middle, and that even with G2 having launching control, you know that there's so much space that we have to clear on out before we even think about the defuse. Optic are just 2 steps ahead right now.
Yeah, and that's just another moment where you get that win over towards money window, but Skies commits through smoke into ring by himself. He's throwing away a number situation, even though the pressure established by Optic's plant had to be considered. So not a great look over on either side of the bomb. Skies looking for an opening snipe, but hasn't seen anything. Will instead toss a stun, get some info, and help his team over towards B.
And it's all on Dashy, scouting for information at B-ball. He must have spotted someone, because Luke is now here to help. Gonna push out aggressively over towards Tiki, and Estriel knocked down to 33 HP, just needs to stay alive.
Yeah, Hercules thought about it for a moment, retreats back over to see if anyone is moving out of water steps. Shotzzy the pivot man, making sure no one comes back over through driveway, and Estriel just continues to get tagged up, and Hercules pops up to find first blood. Trade is instant though, and Skies connects on the hoop. So 3v2 for Minnesota. You have to win this round.
Yeah, and this is where Shotzzy's gonna try to get active on the pinch. He could potentially, the timing's gonna work out his way, because the spots Kremp can't finish the kill, but you know the play's at A.
Yep. Oh, and he sees a leg. Nice shots on the Mamba, slides out.
He's because it
C1, Kremp, there's nowhere to go. Where was Skies? He's re-wrapping back, and now the smoke is out. Shotzzy thought about it, but Dashy's right there on the pitch, and you just, 3 rounds where just cannot happen if you're G2.
just breaking down in these man-up situations. We're trying to make plays like completely blind on the map. We have no information over towards A. We only know that Dashy was showing presence on the backside of B-ball. Shotzzy being unknown breaks them down again. Just gets aggressive up through ring, guaranteeing that A site for his team. Once the action goes down, Dashy's still showing face. You're banking on the rotation. And Shotzzy finds that first gun type for free, and Kremp is still committed on the bomb side. Like, Shotzzy doesn't spot your leg there. It's a free 2 kills, and then a 1v2 for Skies. You stand no chance. Another great round, another great clutch out of the green wall.
Yeah, they're just so well vowed in understanding what's happening in the mid-map situations. 2v2s, 3v4s, just so much information, and so quick to capitalize on that knowledge. Skies takes a stray shot over through A. Shotzzy showing pressure, but the bomb is not here.
Good shot.
Nice shot. Okay, so there we go. First blood is out, but Shotzzy was just there to be some sort of a distraction. The bomb was looking to be the entire time, and Mamba will see only Hook playing up forward.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate onto Mamba. But G2 now have players helping in the crossfires. Estriel gets the better of Hook. Skies gets the snipe onto Mercules. Now it's Dashy left in a 1v3. 1v2 now with Bomb over at that B site.
He's got plenty of time to work. You gotta be thinking G2's feeling a little rattled right now. So they're gonna be playing on top of one another, Skies and Estriel together. Keep in mind, Skies was sniping at the beginning of this round. Has he found himself something better than a Jaeger as his second option? Slide out comes through. Shot misses. Dashy sees the info. He's looking to find the challenge. Another slide comes out, and there's the help from Estriel. That's more like it.
Let's go for the double chop and not give this guy a one-on-one. Dashy got that beamer on him. But it's great shoulders there out of G2. And early success in that first blood title with the mid-map control. Finally hitting that pace changeup. Forcing Optic to be uncomfortable, but this shot basically guarantees the round. When you catch that timing, when you line it up, sees the Skies Bueno. Making the boomstick shine.
Need to have more of that. But for Optic, trying something a little cheeky right there. See if they can pull the defensive focus just by Shotzzy making noise at A. Doesn't really fully work out thanks to that snipe as mentioned. So now it's down to can Skies follow up with a second solid round. Oh, big shot on the dash. Try jump. But look at the play forward. Shotzzy trying to feel things out at mid-sig. Estriel says not so fast, and G2 will hold the numbers.
Yeah, you got to continue to be patient here because Optic is showing a lot of pressure through the middle of the map. So wait for your late pitcher to make the play. Kremp strikes first. Estriel cleans up house. Now it's Mercules left in a 1v4.
Yeah, this is more like it if you're G2. Coming off easy first blood. Merc, though, not to be deterred. Finds one, trying to slip away. Kremp is quickly behind him, and that will do it. G2 have 2 in a row.
And that's Skies finding success in that first blood category. Again onto Dashy. I'm curious if he had a snipe on that outer angle at Laundry, because that would have been a world star if he connects on that shot. But gifted to Skies. You got Kremp working that late pinch through water steps. And eventually secures around there for G2. Yeah, he definitely had a sniper. Dashy's delusional.
Or he's just trying to heat check.
I respect it, though.
Yeah, I hear that.
Great Bruce.
Yeah. Big round here for G2 to try to get this thing back tied. And in particular, try to change the narratives around what has been, in the first 30 seconds, some decent openers. Just comes down to finishing off all your advantages. And now you're going to get a quick commitment from Optic to plan at B. G2 are aware of this. Just comes down to how they set up the retake.
And how long it's going to take for you to get yourself into the play. You know, Shotzzy was able to get out and dodge through the water, but a frag over the top leads
what a nade.
Blood. Mercules lines up a second one, 4v2.
So Skies is going to have to pop off. This is the first. And you may not even need to peek this again. Here comes Shotzzy through the water. Yep, there's the first easy follow-up on a weak second. And that's just great post-plan awareness from Optic.
And that's just the same exact play that they made versus Koi. All right, you're going to send everybody over through ring. We go 2-2 split, middle and B. There's no presence on either side. Let's just instantly get the bomb down. You got to spread map versus Optic Texas, because once they gather information that you're not there, they're using it to the best of their ability, and then the teamwork you know is going to be on point. Communication, you heard it in map number 1, they're in sync. They set up all those frags through water steps for the first 2 kills. Optic still up by 2 now.
What do you call here if you're G2? Trying to rely on Skies for first blood, but nades go deep into driveway. Kremp was tagged up, so was Skies. Dashy finds an easy first blood, and for one of the first rounds here in a while, Optic are going to have an early 4v3.
Now G2 are uncomfortable. In there, Swan, with Sky still having the sniper. Oh no, he actually switched to the MPT. Got it at the right time, but Optic have taken so much space away at Ring. Shotzzy's guaranteeing that side of the map. Everybody else go play B.
I was about to say, if Optic are taking away the map in 3v4s, now that they've got a 4v3, it's going to feel even more overwhelming. Smoke trying to get G2 into mid, but no information. Ezreal lucky to be alive.
That crossfire,
I'll say. So now Dashy is alerted that he needs to keep his eyes open. And how about this peek for Boop? No, shut down though. And we're going to get to the 2v2 with 30 to the clock.
Pretty sure they spotted Dasher on the backside.
Yeah, now Mamba tagged up, have to try to play for a possible early defuse. Instead, just tries to wiggle his way out. Oh, and Dashy, no problem to finish him off there. It'll be a 5-2 tally to Optic quickly on map points.
Like, how do you beat that?
God.
They get the first blood at Ring with a blind counter. Okay, now in the 3v4, we're trying to work the map somehow, some way. Every inch you take, Optic know exactly where you are. You're trying to smoke your way through middle, they're putting out shots from kitchen. Okay, we have got our way through mid, but now we're going down water steps, they're shooting us from Ring. These guys are just on a different level right now. And now they're sitting at game point.
I mean, if you were to put a heat map over the top of this Search and Destroy, it's been Optic controlling 75% of the map, it feels like, every single round, especially when they're on the defense. See if they can quickly put this one to bed here. Bob with the sole defender over towards Laundry. G2 trying to get aggressive in towards mid. Not being red at the moment for Optic, but of course they've got Mercules as the insurance policy on the flank. And meanwhile, you're just going to bully out Mamba, who never had a clue that Optic were already so fully focused on Laundry.
Yeah, because they have information as well. There's already a couple players from G2 who are on that middle map, so we have Laundry control. Still, we're not the next ounce of info.
Just look at the space taken again as flank watch. Damage in, but can't find the kill. But meanwhile, who can set up a post plant for basketball?
Can't reach.
I don't know how you beat this if you're G2. They're going to need to get isolation onto Shotzzy, you would think, just to control the bedroom side of the map. And that's going to come down to a 1v1 with Kremp. And do you even predict he's on this tight corner?
Go fight that widget around if you get it.
Yep. Later.
Can't find it. Shotzzy ratted up in the corner for that kill. 30 seconds remaining. Ezreal Skies need a clutch.
Yeah, and you can see it. G2 are like, oh shoot, the bomb's on the wrong side. It's both beautiful and ugly at the same time. Two things can be true. I don't know what to say, Jay. These guys are disgusting.
Yeah, they're just the best in the world, man, and they continue to show it. It's not like G2 are some scrubs in Search and Destroy. They're one of the top teams that we had all throughout Stage 2 qualifiers. You make that one look easy on one of the maps they are well rehearsed on. Just those first couple of rounds where Minnesota are finding so much success in the first blood category, you're giving up man-up advantages in egregious ways. That cannot happen. And then when Optics start to break you down, start to hit you with those blind counters, so much success on their offensive pushes because you're simply not in the position that you need to be to stop them. Optic, again, dominate in another map and are up 2-0 in the series now.
And that's the thing about this map. Once more, you look over to the first blood tally, it's a dead even. 4v3 is not getting instantly traded, but even in 3v4 situations, Optic are still taking away the map, playing it at their own terms, and G2 just getting punished for making a couple of small mistakes. So this has been as convincing of a series as we've seen so far on the weekend. It's not going to look any better framing up a dead overload that Optic's sitting here like, I'm sure, laughing about because no one wants to play them here.
Yeah, and this is without a doubt, in my mind, a 3-0 for Optic. Like, they haven't played Den in quite some time, but it's because people don't want to play them on it. Right. They have double the amount of possession time than any other team on this map. 800 seconds to 4. They're always on the offense. You can't stop this team, man. It's tough.
Not good news. Is what we're trying to say for G2 fans that are out there. Optic just in cool, calm, and controlled mode. 3-0 yesterday, looking probably privy to do the same thing here before they move on to Sunday. So for G2, a tall ask to try to come back through and find find some way to reverse sweep with the mix, but at the moment, Optic are just looking every bit as dominant as they had been online, which is scary.
Yeah, I know, and I don't really know like what you can say to G2 because, all right, then we've seen that one miraculous comeback at Major One versus FaZe when you're down 3 scores, you rally 5 in a row, but it's just Optic are the best at this moment.
Exactly.
You have to put it together with everyone. Everyone's got to go double positive or something.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I mean, we talked about it for Den Hardpoint. That was essentially a must-win to start things off for G2. Oh, they get beat up. Then you go to Search saying, okay, well, maybe. Nope, you get beat up. I don't know. It's not looking all that great right now as we head back over to the desk to see what their thoughts are.
First off, Jay, you look good, my guy. DJ Jazzy J in the Zennies. On point commentary as always. Let's break down what we witnessed, though, from the desk. I want to start with you. My head says G2. My heart says Optic. Walk me
That's
through
exactly
this.
what I said, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, to explain that to the good boys and girls,
Yeah.
please explain that to the folks here in the venue. There are around, I think there's around 6,000 odd folks in here. There's 5,500 seats. There's a lot of you in here. That is, you know, paid customers. And you, a lot of you are here to see Optic. Frankly, I would like to see them play again later today as well. I would like another series out. I want a G2 win. Can you get behind me? Yeah! Just that bloke. That's all I got.
He's always got your back. Nameless, thank you for being part of the team. Can you walk me through the dominance, though? Because Jay used your word, egregious, to describe this win.
Yeah, I think he's talking about, you know, the first blood G2 got not resulting in round wins. I will say Optic, unique team, man. They're one of the only teams, if not the only team I trust in retake situations or in post-plan situations to play spread. Yeah. Like you see them in some early on in this game in one of the retake spots. Dashy just pushes over towards bedroom. You split them up, and then Mercules flies down basketball steps. Like, because he has bedroom, Mercules knows I can take this space. They have to be pushed up towards basketball, and if they are, I'm going to get a free kill here. So works out perfectly. And then later in this game, even when they find the first bloods, Optic just going to continue to take that space where you're not at and make plays late in the round.
When we had that listen in back in the hard point, I could just imagine how calm the comms were throughout the majority of the search and destroy. I mean, when we got into later rounds, and G2 were in an opportune spot in that mid-section to try and make this retake overall on this B site, and then they just still have 2 nades in the back pocket. They were able to coordinate the double out. Like, it's just the way that they're playing the game and approaching the game is almost like they're playing themselves. They're checking every corner. They're pushing everything out together. They're not giving you any room to breathe or make a small mistake, and that's what makes it so difficult to play up against them. Because you saw it, he's trying to play that back end and try to clear out one side to go for the retake. You've got Shotzzy sitting in the corner. Krem's trying to check every corner he possibly can, except the one that Shotzzy is in. It's just the way they play the game is so frustrating.
It just feels like there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like as a player. And you don't know what to do because everybody's a godlike in every spot.
Let's take a look here at map 1 highlights. And now
I almost want to say the search and destroy because of how good G2 looks in it, but this den was so dominant. I have to go with this one because for Optic Texas, this looked like they were cool in it, like they were warming up for the rest of the day. I mean, Optic Texas looked like they're impossible to beat.
Who's the scariest in the lobby right now, Nameless? As a former competitor, who would you not want to square up against?
Mercules, without question, he is ripping. This is like right here. This is what like ranked games look like. Me versus Miles, bro.
The Messiah. He's having a good day. He's having a nice one. That opening spree as well, I thought was a real tone setter. I remember sitting down there with some friends, and again, a lot of paid customers here, a couple of freeloaders, but they're with me. But we were sitting down in the front, and there was a roar across the room as soon as he picked up that spree. We're like, wow, okay, well, I better go up there, fellas.
Yep. Let's get ready to go somewhere else. In the meantime, we take a look here at what we have in the future and some of the numbers for Overload. If you're looking for the best team, look no further than the Green Wall. 10-2 in their last 12. They're sitting 4th overall in goals, 3rd in margin, and 1st when it comes to time of possession. Can we give a shout out, by the way, to Jamie Pina, our graphics wizard in the back, who also set it up to where he is manually timing who has possession of the ball. There's a lot of effort that goes in behind the scenes. Shout out to Jamie for making that happen. Miles, possession, does it matter if you're G2?
If you can be efficient with your captures, it doesn't matter at all. But right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, man. The Optic are too strong right now. Everyone else is playing for 2nd place. That's how it feels to me.
Well, FaZe would like a word.
Well, they can have a word a bit. They could have a chat.
They'll have the word tomorrow in the winners bracket finals. FaZe already there. Optic 1 game away from joining them. We'll find out. Can they seal the deal in 3? They were perfect back at Major 1 through the winners bracket. Casters, all yours.
Yeah, Miles, I hear you a little bit because I kind of want to see the place get a little rowdy. And right now, this is like casual beer drinking Saturdays for most of these Birmingham lads. It's been too easy right now for Optic. It's just one of those things, like we talk a lot about what happened in the online phase. A lot of mix and match between the other top teams that had finished at Major 1 except for Optic. Now some of those top 4 teams are starting to show up a touch, but Optic are just as dominant, if not better, than they've ever been right now, and that's scary.
And that tells you Major 2 qualifiers told the truth. Like, Optic have a lot of separation between first and everybody else in the league, and it continues to show map by match. These guys are just on a different level, and now G2 potentially with their opportunity for a reverse sweep. If you start off Major 2 qualifiers, and that's what Optic did to you, and it all comes down to the overload. It's just going to be tough on a map like Den, where Optic are the best Den overload team we have in the game. They double the time of possession from the opponents, and G2 are the team on this map who rely heavily on counter-tapping. If you're going to put Optic in so many offensive attempts, they're mostly going to lead to a lot of scores. So G2, you need to get on the offense.
It's interesting because for G2, I would say the improvements that they've been able to show have been notable, especially coming off of what, this year, the start of the year was an interesting one. They surprised everybody in the preseason tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone had written off this roster as like, they'll be fine. They impressed. Monster Invitational, they impressed at Major 1. The online results have been a bit of a mixed bag, but I would say throughout this stage of qualifiers, okay, you can start to kick a little bit of favor their way. They're getting better, they're improving. They definitely don't look like a team who need a change like some of the other teams that are floating in the middle of the pack. But
As long as he can. Now the teammates come off respawn. This is looking like a cat.
how is the guy with the EMP the one getting lost? Shots over the top. That's going to work out. Inside, lots of damage coming through. Mama gets a double. Dashy trying to follow and maybe finish things off, but there are just too many Minnesota members nearby. A hold will come through, and now GT will control.
You need to get the EMP past that 50-yard line. Blocker and Mamba going to work over towards rooftops. Kremp gets the calm. He's wrapping back on that side of the map. He's looking for an opening. He can't find it. Gotta go back towards A.
Yeah, 1v1 on the other side. Skies takes down Shotzzy, but mid-map control goes to Optic. Skies will get forward, forcing another 1v1 with Hoop, which he wins, but the EMP will fall on that mid-cut play. And hold on a second, is Merc just going to run this thing in, trying for it, but G2 are quick to follow up. Dashy a little bit too late on the couch's pinch will fall, and now an opportunity for G2 to take away the map quickly.
And Skies just needs to stall hell of an amount of time, and he's able to give you a double at that. So G2 can quickly add another one to the tally. Extra wins a big one-on-one gunfight, but everybody else drops around him, so you need to continue to slay at Dojo.
And they know Estriel's here. No trade immediately involved as Mercules is trying to stay alive around the EMP location, but Estriel is on now 3 in a row. Hipfire not going to connect mid-air, but Hook, how many can he actually find? Pistol out, it's Hook for everything. One more into Mamba, but no. Trade is going to come through, and that will be enough for Optic to at least get hands on the EMP again.
You know, if you are Optic, every single player from G2 is already off the respawn. Somewhat takes space at B, but Dash is looking to get the better of that gunfight with G2. Gives you one better. They're already 2 dead in favor of G2. You can potentially get another score. You just got to get past Merc.
But maybe easier said than done. You have to wait for Skies on the long wrap. EMP going to be held by Kremp. Optic forcing the issue, and like you call, you shut down Skies from behind. So now that is no longer an avenue of approach. Try to make their way over through middle. Hercules fills the gap in. Optic defensively are holding.
And Optic got 83% chance at consistently always getting stopped. G2 with their finesse. It's forcing Optic to be uncomfortable. Every single player over towards Dojo. EMP is already gone and out of the win. And Skies finds 2 off the rotation. That's 3 dead. It's going to be a one-on-one, but Kremp should be able to slide on in. Oh, it's Mr. Mercules again. Another goal line stop.
Refire over the top will work out. Minute 15 and a half. And G2 have looked really solid to this point. Around the back, Estriel shut down, but through mid-map, Skies keeps things neutral. Follow-up good from Kremp on top of that. Pistol win, no, not gonna happen. And G2 controlling the tempo here at 60 seconds on the clock.
Big double from Kremp, and then you also have Mamba already clearing space at B, and he wins that gunfight. Now you're just looking to run the EMP right through the bottom middle of the map, but trades keep going down. You're forced to slow it down now. 45 seconds remaining on the round. The reset is going to be over towards Dojo, and Optic already find 2 kills.
Yeah, and this is interesting because Mamba's taking a super long route, so he will not be a part of the play initially.
He's got to go.
Yes, sir does. Hoop able to find one. Nice shots, but doesn't win onto Estriel, who's really kept G2 alive, but the problem is no one else is there for Minnesota. So we'll tie the game at 1. Rooftop spawn is the last one with 25 seconds until potential overtime. Optic trying to surround, and they're able to find the first kill on the Sky.
It's not a good situation to be in right now if you're G2, because you're thinking, all right, we're crystal clear. We already have the lead blocker at that B point, but the nuke is able to line up a double. You have Mercules push that towards the backside of A. All you have to do is get through P2, and now the teammates are here.
And that's it. Estriel was the last one standing. Mamba spawning over towards the B zone. Should lead to a score right before we get to the half. 2-1. The count to Optic after a really solid start for G2.
So many big stops there from Optic, especially out of Mercules at that A capture point. Turn 1, Kremp tries to go for the dive and just can't get the better of him. And then this is why Optic are so good at Overload, because they have so much trust within each other. Your win world champions, you know I have the best sitting right next to me. So all I have to do is focus on what I need to do on the map. Everything else will fall into place. Even though it was G2 getting on the board first, Optic respond quickly with 2. And need 5 more minutes for a 3-0.
And so many moments. This one in particular from Hook likely saves a second G2 score, largely thanks to the fact that that win comes out and then Shotzzy spawns with them at Dojo. So critical. Optic so good at taking advantages and running with them.
And you see that one mistake that long route. He's obviously just stay alive, wait for me to make it, but to drop it, it doesn't lead to only 1 capture, it leads 2. So you can't make those little things happen if you are G2 trying to take down the best.
Good read there from Skies. Shotzzy looking for the earlier out through rooftops. That gets shut down. No convincing control over mid yet, so neither team able to hold on to the EMP, but now an opportunity for G2 with numbers starting to build forward. They'll exit the EMP back towards mid-cut and the B part. Hook overwhelmed. Too many members to deal with, and now it's up to Shotzzy, the rest of Optic to recover, but whoa! Estriel nearly almost broke this setup by himself.
It's all on Shotzzy though. Shotzzy single-handedly has to beat the goal line stopper. He lines up a double, stalls time for the nuke. Another defensive stop there for Optic, and now instantly going to turn it into offense because all of G2 is running over towards Dojo.
Yeah, you cannot lose this battle here if you're G2 at mid. EMP showing pressure towards A, but Optic looks like they maybe want to build a route over towards the opposite zone. So now you got to retrack back over, and Mamba's not a part of the play. So this is just down to the 3v2 at B. Mamba will also fall behind this. Skies up to find one, gets the EMP. Dashy eyes up, easy for the trade. Any follow-ups? No, but Mercules is there. Plus you get a win on Shotzzy from mid. Is that enough for Mercules to grab and go? Is there anyone here in time to stop? Mercules looking for the pin. And moonwalks.
God knows he's surrounded somehow, some way, still gets to capture it. And now Optic up by 2. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Mamba trying to make a play on the pinch. He gets caught. That's your lead blocker. The rest of G2 now have to slay their way on out.
I mean, it's just Optic not making mistakes. G2, on the other hand, leaving too many holes in their setups. 3 minutes to go. G2 have to have the sense of urgency now. With easy trade, 3-for-1 change. So it's on to Ezreal again, who's had a great map to try to save the moment right now for G2.
Leader's advantage is one hell of a thing in Call of Duty, especially in this title. Big gunfight window out of Ezreal. Trying to give G2 some hope, gives you one better, takes down Dashy as well. So you have the numbers, you just need to put the EMP in your possession because Prep is working the pinch.
Yeah, sure is. EMP in the hands. Ezreal on 4 in a row. Stuck between a rock and a hard place as Shotzzy will find 2. So now he's moving forward to clear Dojo. Sky is able to put some pressure through mid, and as Shotzzy drops, G2 can recontrol the map.
All you got to do if you are Optic, the players who are still alive, hold an iron, guarantee a one-on-one. And Hook already finds the first. So EMP does reset, and G2 know that we have to play at a quicker pace through the lead blocker finds the open.
You got numbers here for G2, but the trophy system is doing some work for Optic's defense. Shotzzy still playing off the pitch timing. Dashy inside the site. That's enough for him to find one. Skies with a trade. Can you just bully this thing forward? Timing not going to work out for who? Dashy playing a different angle, but here's Shotzzy on the pitch, and he's going to find absolutely everything. Just when you think G2 may have had a moment, the last and most unaccounted for player for Optic shuts it down.
I'm telling you, the communication for Optic is outstanding. Shotzzy was at mid-cut for 15 seconds. Once the action goes, and they get a couple fights as well, it instantly allows them to open up the pitch. Now that leads to a counter cap. Optic up 3.
Yeah, and with a minute 20 on the clock, it has to be just a train of scores here for G2. Hook down low. G2 trying to figure out where the defense is. Here's the first play. Hook gets his 1. Follow-up. Plugging the holes right now are Merc and Dashy. Pistol out for Skies. Able to find one in response, but there is a score for G2, plus a follow-up win for Mamba. EMP back over towards mid, but look at number 6. Lost on the map. Here's Shotzzy trying to isolate.
Yep, Hercules already finds a kill across the map on the deep pitch, so that's 2 dead. No need for Optic to even think about possessing this EMP. We're just trying to defend it 50 seconds.
Yeah, he gets a read on where this setup is. Looking for the Hellstorm is Shotzzy. 1 kill away from it. And he's going to likely find it here on Disguise. That will likely be all she wrote. 4-2 the count, 35 seconds. And with a Hellstorm, that insurance policy is enough, even if this does force a get-out-of-jail-card.
Yeah, he can use it right now if he wanted to. You can continue to just slay your way through the middle of the map because if G2 don't get the score in the next 5 seconds, unfortunately, this is another situation where you're going to get 3-0'd by Optic on land. They have been utter dominant in this matchup, especially in the Overload. That's now 4-0 in the season. Optic look like out today.
Yeah, wow. That is undeniable from Optic. You take care of business yesterday, quick 3-0. You show up, casual energy here. We'll see you on Champ Sunday.
The crazy thing is that even in their series yesterday was a 3-0 versus Floyd, it wasn't as clean as it was today. Every single time these guys know, we showed a couple peaks in our armor, we're quickly going back to make those adjustments. And every single match today was utter dominance out of the green wall. They move on to the winners finals to have that dance versus FaZe. And unfortunately for G2, knocked down the losers.
Man, that's a knock punch that is going to be felt for a while too, and you don't have much time to recover if you're G2. But it sets up for a really fun winners finals, I'll tell you what. We'll see that tomorrow. It's just one of those things, man. You continue to watch this Optic team, and you continue to see them get better and better and better. And that's not fun. I think if you're the rest of the league to watch guys who've already won World Championships a couple of times now. Finding success here in this game, in this mode, and in particular at this stage of the season. All paths are leading towards a very vibrant Sunday for Optic.
Yeah, this is Optic's tournament to win, man.
Feels it.
They did all go out, made 2 qualifiers, barely losing. Mash only lost 1 series, and that's because they gave Falcons all of their respawns. They get over to land, and it's a completely different story. They look like the best in every single aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And I know if you're playing FaZe, or FaZe in the back of their mind, they have a deep map pool, but you better be on your best stuff if Optic are going to play like that.
You just can't make mistakes. I mean, legitimately, in every single map that we saw both today and yesterday, whether it's G2 or Toronto, you make a mistake, you're punished for it. I mean, Optic are not just, I wouldn't say mistake-free.
No, because yesterday they had it.
Correct, but they're so quick to punish you and take advantage when you give them an inch. They'll take a mile, as the old adage goes.
Now, like for G2, I'm curious who they play. Who do they fall down to?
I think they fall down to play
LA.
LA.
They play LA. That's going to be a good game, man.
Maybe. Could be.
Really good.
Could be. But we'll see. It just feels like all our other teams are just like, who's going to show up on the day? But for Optic, they're showing up every day, each and every day, as we head down to Frankie and Dashy with their post-game reaction.
Thank you very much, guys. This crowd is loving you, but I have a feeling you're not surprised.
What was that?
I have a feeling you're not surprised that this crowd loves you so much.
This crowd's insane. I mean, I always say that playing in the UK is like the playing in the Mecca of COD. This crowd's absolutely insane, so appreciate you guys.
Are you surprised it's been so long since we got to have an event here?
So what's that?
Are you surprised it's been so long since we got to have an event here?
I played here 7 years ago, last time I think it was. So,
6, yeah.
And it was
London.
absolutely insane. I mean, these guys go absolutely ballistic. The Green Wall goes absolutely insane here. So thank you guys, man.
It was a fairly swift 3-0, Dashy. At what point in that match did you know you'd won?
But I mean, I guess the last map, but because we kind of understand that it's never really over until it's over, so just take it at a map at a time. But obviously, we're playing insane COD, so it definitely helps.
You did have a flawless run until the final in Major 1. Is that something that's made you think now we can never be complacent, even when we're, say, 150 points in the lead on Hardpoint?
Absolutely. It's coming home, by the way, guys. I don't know if you guys know.
Hang on a second. If you're saying it's coming...
I mean, Canada's ass, so I got to cheer for a country, you feel me? Like, yeah.
Listen, if you want some tips on how to move here, I've got them for you. Dashy, it's really interesting listening to the comms, because we were listening into FaZe Vegas earlier, and it's chaos. Yours is the polar opposite, but with the same results. How much has the comms changed in Optic since you joined? What's been the biggest change?
I mean, Kyler definitely helps. I mean, he's just always calling out spawns. I mean, the nuke's insane. He's doing so much on the map, and we always like to say we like to have conversations with each other, just understand each other. I mean, every team has their styles, so just what works for us, and shout out to Kyle.
Do you manage to still keep it calm then when it does get a bit, as we say in the UK, squeaky bum time?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you know what squeaky bum time means?
I have never heard that.
Well, that's because it doesn't happen to Optic very often. It's when things start to get a little bit sweaty.
Yeah.
Like you're about to lose, maybe.
Sure, yeah, I'm down for that.
I want to ask you one question on the behalf, I guess, of some of the Greenwall fans I met yesterday during the meet and greet. What's the weirdest thing that's been named after you? Because I met someone yesterday who named their car after you, named their dog after you.
I've gotten a dog a few times. A car's a first, but it makes sense. Dashy, cars maybe got some dash to it, so I feel it. But maybe car, yeah. I like that.
No babies yet?
No babies, unfortunately not. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. And shout out to my husband, don't get ideas. So, Dashy, I'm going to let you go in a second, but before I do, any words for this crowd before I let you go?
We love you guys. We need you guys to absolutely turn up tomorrow, so let's get this shit.
Thank you so much, Dashy. We will see you tomorrow. Let's head back to the desk.
The oldest man in the game, Dashy, still got it, my guy. And he is here in front of the UK fans, as is DB5. Give it up for Karma, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greats. You have been alongside this foursome. You've been behind them in their ears what have you guys looked to accomplish in the UK? Because you were perfect back at Major 1. You went 9-0 up until that grand final.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just like continue from Major 1. Obviously, it very easily could have been ours. Unfortunately, we lost some search and destroys. Yeah, just continue with the momentum. The biggest thing I said before this stage to the guys, because I know our league matches, I don't want to say we don't try, because that's not true, but like we take them a little too lightly. Before the stage started, I said, guys, make sure you try your ass off this stage every match, because we don't want to be in any weird situations. And
yeah,
thank God we did, because there was some weird situations through those qualifiers.
And I want to thank you and JP for trying new maps against the Falcons. Otherwise, I would have been out $500. We promised Bruce 100 gifted if he was able to go perfect in the league. You guys only had one drop-off. Let's take a look, though, at these 3 games, and especially highlights from Game 3. Karma, what are you most proud of your team right now? Hardpoint, Search, or Overload?
I mean, really every mode. I think yesterday was a little sloppy, personally. And today we cleaned it up really well. I mean, I could tell after the first map that today was going to be different. Search and destroy, I mean, we've looked way better. I think the biggest thing for me was just getting everyone on the same page. Then respawns, I think we're really good when the game gets crazy at reading everything that's happening.
Yeah.
But I always say to them, sometimes like when we have it easy, just make them do the work. You guys are so good at doing the hard work. Sometimes you don't got to do anything.
Yeah, Damon, I want to ask you, you're Frankie asked you about it with your guys' comms. It's so calm, cool, collected. Is that something that started happening right when Merc joined? Like, is that something you preach? Because I do feel like it is the most optimal way to comm.
As weird as it is, sometimes I think even when Merc joined, we probably had some days where our comms didn't sound great.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, we always talk about it. Like,
yeah,
that is like one of the key things to making the machine mode. 100%. To get everyone on the same page. But I think it kind of just comes naturally. Especially if you're playing well, doing well, making right decisions, like your comms are going to be good. But I think it is huge. The fact that they're calm, like you don't want to be too crazy in the moment.
Yeah, quick follow-up to that. Search, watching you guys, I see you guys in retake situations or like post-plant. You guys are like spread. Where's that coming from? Because most teams like to group, play together. You guys are just so confident in each other, the players.
Yeah, I think it's just like their understanding. Because I said to them, and I've even said on stream, like, yeah, we weren't great at Search of the first event. I mean, that was like pretty
early.
Obvious. But I think as time goes, like even last year, I know it was a short period from when we got maced to the end of the year, but I think it all just flowed perfect. Once they get enough reps playing together, I think that's when they really get in their groove. And
yeah,
I mean, they're all just good. Like they make great decisions, and sometimes you choose wrong, but for the most part, I think they've been doing great.
Damon, just to jump in for a second, I mean, you guys have looked unreal even at the start of this season. I mean, obviously there was a couple tight spots. You get to major, a couple of clutches, don't go your way. What is that feeling like when you're so ahead of the competition and you have those moments? Isn't it kind of pivotal of like you need that to be able to have something to work on, to have something, even during this play you said you were testing maps and things like that. When do you kind of realize that you've hit that point where you're like, we need to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations so that when it happens on stage, we're prepared, even when we're ahead of the rest of the league?
I think that all really comes down to like kind of how scrims are. I mean, everyone sees our scrims, they're always streamed. And I think the biggest focus for us is just, focus on things every day that we can improve on. Because if we just go into it every day, and even though we're winning, like it might look great, we're still seeing things that we can improve on. Because sometimes, you might get overconfident. Like you're doing so well that you kind of get into a cruise control mode where you're not even really thinking about how we can get better. And I mean, that's just not a good thing to do. So
final one, Damon.
Yeah.
How does the current level of this team compare to your
the dynasty?
Like just peak skill, not accomplishments. They're far away from that, but like how they're playing.
I feel like this team is really well-rounded.
Yeah.
I think it's very different from what our team was.
When you had to hard carry Crim 6?
Yeah, I mean, he's huge. Unfortunately, he's not huge now. Good for him. But yeah, I think they are very different teams. But I think that the talent is there, and just the way they play and the way they think about the game is great. I love it.
Speaking of the talent, we've got 2 of them in your Scuff play of the game. We couldn't choose just one, so here's a combo of Hook and Mercules highlights. Allie, walk me through these bad boys.
I mean, dude, especially in that overload, like they just started popping takeover, but we're gonna go back to this map number 1, the dominance in the Den hardpoint, right? I mean, Hoop was just getting behind them so many times, and that's what makes Optic so frustrating to play against. David, I'm sure you can come off of this. Like, and then with the addition of Mercules, it feels like he's good for 2 every single life. It's got to feel incredible to have a player like that on your roster that is so consistent at all times.
Yeah, no, it really is great. And this is a map we obviously have been working on, but I think back to your point you were saying before, even though people don't think it, like a lot of the times we are really good at a lot of the maps. Like I truly don't think we really have a weak respawn. I think a lot of it does involve the other teams actually getting better. I think that's like a huge part of it, because we started off pretty good, and maybe some teams weren't. I think it does take time. It always takes time. A new game is always different. The way the spawns and everything works is not going to be picture perfect to how the last game was. So. Yeah, I don't know. The guys are great.
Karma, as one of the few millionaires in the Call of Duty business, you have been a joy to watch, and I'm sure your team is so fun to watch for you as well from this driver's seat. Let's take a look at who you'll be facing off against tomorrow. You'll be playing against FaZe Vegas, and this is a showdown that is as old as time. Optic versus FaZe. Anything you want to say to the fans who'll be tuning in on Championship Sunday?
I think it'll be a great game. FaZe has been playing great recently. And at the LAN, all the big dogs are showing up. The qualifiers might have been weird, but I'd expect a good match. Like I said, all the teams left in the tournament are good teams.
Just give us a game 5, Damon, please.
Or go
Hell no, I don't
another
want that.
9-0. It looks like the fans are ready to party. Someone downstairs is asking whether you want an IPA or a cider. We'll let you go enjoy that as we get ready for the next match. Don't go anywhere. 2 more games here from the CDL in Birmingham.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this summer. Scan the QR code to be notified when tickets go live later this month. Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now. Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
Yo, that was a skateboard move right there.
I'm gonna go A. I need you to just watch my middle. Alright, well, I got A. I'm gonna ninja defuse them. I'm gonna ninja defuse them. Just stay alive, Ninja defuse. Ninja defuse, told you.
Oh my God, what a play. Coming in from old time, and I love this. Well, now shots
Read this. Yeah, what a play. He should let one walk past. Yep.
Here comes the first.
Good play. 2-piece. Great play. Gorgeous.
And is that gonna flip spawns?
That was beautiful by Ant.
The Falcons and Optic are starting to figure it out.
And you know what? That ain't gonna show up on the scoreboard. But what a play.
You stay L-triggered, Merc's there for
just
2.
broke the hill basically by himself. This is perfect. Just funnel them green. We have this grandma rotation. 10 seconds left.